Years before we landed on the moon, movie makers of the 1950s produced concepts of what we might find in space and what could happen if off-worlders visited us first. These oddly imagined sci-fi films were memorable but can only be called B-movies. To prove my point, take a look at my 5 strange sci-fi B-movies of the 1950s. Number 5, Project Moonbase. Directed by Richard Talmadge and starring Donna Martell, Ross Ford, Larry Johns, and Hayden Rourke. In the far future year of 1970, the enemies of freedom are attempting to destroy the newly built American space station and stop the proposed plan to go to the moon. To circumvent this, enter America's famous space pilot, Bright Eyes.
Colonel Bright Eyes reporting as ordered, sir.
And her jealous co-pilot, Major. This pair are also preparing to make a run to the moon. Don't laugh. These uniforms meet United States Space Force military standards.
Well, thank you, Major. I'm perfectly capable of getting into the rocket myself.
One big question is, will our heroes survive the takeoff? This space team is unaware that their enemies have placed a saboteur on board. And before they make it to the moon, will they be able to make the big decisions in order to survive?
Nothing. Look, Bright Eyes.
Yes.
I'll skip it, but we'll take it up later.
Number 4, Robot Monster. Directed by Phil Tucker and starring George Nader, Claudia Barrett, Gregory Moffat, Selena Royal, John Milong, Pamela Paulson, and George Barrows played Roman and the voice by John Brown. After the alien robot destroyed most of the human race on Earth except for 8 people, these few seemed immune to the alien calcinator, death ray, and the cosmic Q rays, which causes prehistoric reptiles to appear. Still following me? Good. It gets better. The robot, Roman, is assigned to get rid of these last humans, but spends much of the film slowly walking from his cave to the surrounding canyon area. If all this so far makes little sense, then what happens when Roman falls for the young female in the group and has doubts about completing his mission?
Suppose I were human. Would you treat me like a man?
Number 3, Warning from Space. Directed by Koji Shima and starring Toyomi Karita, Kiwazo Kawasaki, Mieko Nagai, Bantaro Miyake, Aisoya Magata, and Shozo Nanbu. Starfish-like aliens called Perrin are trying to find ways to warn the people of Earth that a rogue planet called Planet R is heading in their direction. Of course, the best way to make contact is to mutate into the human form of a famous Japanese entertainer.
We have been keeping track of a runaway planet from another galaxy. Now we are positive it is on a collision course with Earth.
Earth's most brilliant scientist is temporarily tied up. Hopefully he decides to use his explosive top-secret formula to save the day.
Doctor, are you all right?
Can he and the aliens convince the nations of the world to use all their atomic weapons to destroy the oncoming planet to prevent the destruction of the Earth? Number 2, It Conquered the World. Directed by Roger Corman and starring Peter Graves, Lee Van Cleef, Beverly Garland, and Sally Frazier. A group of scientists attempt to keep a satellite in space regardless of losing all previous ones.
And man is finally ready to move into space.
Venusians are pulling in our satellites, hitching a ride, and arriving on Earth. A scientist begins to communicate with the alien from Venus, but no one believes him.
It's true, I am your only friend. Nobody else even knows you exist. But they will.
But after the alien lands and the takeover begins, it forces everyone to be believers. Number 1, Catwomen of the Moon. Directed by Arthur Hilton and starring Marie Windsor, Victor Jory, Sonny Tufts, Douglas Foley, William Phipps, Carol Brewster, Suzanne Alexander, and Susan Morrow. A group of 5 astronauts take off in a not-so-impressive spaceship and head to the moon.
Stabilizers on. Unbuckle now. Nice picking, Helen.
They find gravity and breathable air, and fortunately, a group of telepathic cat women confront them. After the leotard-clad aliens steal the crew's spacesuits, the women also plan to steal their spaceship, go to Earth, and rule the world through Earth women.
But why me, Alpha, and not the others?
We have no use for men.
What Beta means is that we have no contact or control over them. We decided to concentrate on you.
Of course. This will happen only after they finish their modern dance performance. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below and recommend your favorite sci-fi movies of the 1950s. See you next time.